culture mean to you?
Culture to me means a group of people who share the same ideas and thoughts within a particular society.
Culture is something that comes from your family background and the way you brought up by your parents. It's not a religion, and it's very important for me. Culture is very important for me, and I want like my children to follow my culture.
What does culture mean to you?
Culture is the way we do things. It's like a practice, how we go about our daily lives. For me, a good example is food. We have all, like the way we make food is basically the same. Lamb is lamb, beef is beef. But the way we cook it, that's our like part of our culture.
Do you think culture brings us together or segregates us?
I always believe culture brings us together if it's practiced in the right way, not in extremes. So as much as we have own cultures, we have to be in consideration with other people. You know, what makes us unique brings us together. You know, so as I said before, the like Australia here, we have people from everywhere, and that makes Australia Australia. You know.
Culture means to me respect, priority, and respect, provision, because every culture or one another from different countries respects each other,
Culture
works together.
Means a set of rules being set up by generation before, and people follow. Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, but even though it's bad, people are
To
still
me,
following.
culture is bringing people together. Also, it's setting boundaries on what you can be and what you can do.
Why do you feel it's bad?
A lot of time part of culture could be appropriate for a country, but when, like here, when people migrate in different countries and they try to follow those rules, maybe it's conflicting with the rules.
Culture is a set of traditions, set of beliefs. We have to segregate culture and religion, sort of thing. If we mix culture and religion, it sort of creates problems. I think Australia doesn't have much culture, or well, you can't say it doesn't have much culture. It doesn't have a unique culture in the sense that it's fraudulent of other cultures that it's influenced by. So yeah, we're basically just copycats of people who influenced us in the past.
You know, of how would you say, run your life, kind of what you base your beliefs on and everything like that. I think that's important to have. I mean, I don't have that very strong sense of culture, and I like envy people that do. I wish I had, you know, a strong sense of like religion and stuff like that, but I definitely don't. But yeah, and I think it's important to have.
Look deep into any culture. Basically, all the cultures have similar rules, respecting elders, not lying, and basically those two things are followed by all the religions and all the cultures.
I think cultural diversity is like just accepting anyone for no matter what culture they are, what religion they practice, or what race they are, treating everyone equal.
And do you think that it segregates us, or do you think it brings us together?
Oh, it definitely brings us together.
Yeah? And why do you think that?
Because even if it's kind of like by force in that terms of like, you're just in the same uni together or school, it always ends up bringing people together because you accept more people, you get used to people different.
Cultural diversity is a hard matter, I guess. Like, you got to understand it well, but the positive out of it would be that everyone would sort of be unified and they would all accept each other and whatnot, but it could also be a negative matter as well, where if people aren't educated enough on other people's cultures, they might fear it, they might disagree with it, and it could bring out segregation, I guess, in communities.
Culture means to me traditions, art and music and I guess the history and social rules. If you're a group within a culture that is about, you know, being together and about family and sticking together within your culture, then that's, you know, a great support system. But if your culture, you know, has negative aspects about it socially, then it can probably pull.
And as I was saying, different cultures being followed by different people in different countries, and sometimes interfering in other cultures from country to country would be creating problems. Like example, democracy works in Australia but not might work in Iraq or Afghanistan or some other countries. We cannot impose our opinion on other people's or other countries and think that's the right thing to do by that country. So that's actually what culture means, the way you brought up.